Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, subscribes and donations. It really means a lot and helps me keep the channel going. If you would like to donate to me as a way of giving back to me and the channel, then the links are in the description box below, or you could click the thanks button below as well if you'd like to show your support. Thank you so much. If you'd like a private reading, they're currently available, and the link to my shop is in the description box below as well. So this isn't so much a reading, it's more a video about shapeshifters, because it's come through a few times in my recent readings. I think it was my UK government readings recently, where I was saying that there are entities within the government, I feel, a couple of them, that have stood out to me. And I've had a few experiences of my own, personal experiences. So I asked you in that reading, would you like a video on shapeshifters? And a lot of you said you would. So here I am. The first thing I'd say that is quite prominent with a shapeshifter are the eyes. Obviously the eyes are the windows to the soul. And at times their eyes can shift. So it's like obviously they shapeshift into human form. They're not human though, that's why I say entities. And when their eyes shift, they go like almost completely black. Now, have any of you ever experienced this yourself and seen it? I have heard other people give accounts of people they've met. Some have been high profile. TV celebrities have been named by a couple of people, including the Queen as well, of England. There is footage actually of her where there's just a glimpse that you see of one of her eyes go completely black. It's out there online, you'll have to do your own research. So in terms of what causes it with them, I don't know, but I have experienced this myself as well. Now it's quite interesting that there's one living quite near me, and it was just very bizarre when I saw this particular person for the first time, and it's like they were staring at me. I was in my home, by the way. And from a distance I could see their eyes go really black, like almost like the whole eye goes black. Kind of like a reptile, you know? I mean, are they reptiles? Are they aliens? It's that kind of alien eye look, in fact. In terms of where they're from, I couldn't quite tell you, but they're from somewhere else. I mentioned celebrities. I think, yeah, there are quite a lot of celebrities, actually, who are shapeshifters. Now, have you noticed that a lot often wear shades over their eyes? There's a reason for that, because they don't want to give themselves away. As I said, with the eyes, I think the eyes are the biggest thing, actually. So just note that. I don't know if there's any footage of other celebrities in terms of eye shifts. There probably is if you did your research, but I know I've heard stories as well of people who've met singers from the US, UK in particular, and they've, you know, sort of seen shifts and strange things. Just going back to the Queen, I've just remembered that I think there was a report of Princess Diana saying she walked into a room, the royals were there, and they all looked like lizards. And she said, "I'm leaving." So obviously she was an outsider, and there has been talk by quite a few people about the royals, not being human. I've said that as well. That's why I don't do readings on them, because, as I said before, why would I do a reading on a bunch of lizards? But anyway, why do you think all of these people are in these positions of, celebrities, well-known people, royals, for example? I was thinking about it once actually. Blue bloods, if you think of royals, blue blood. Well, what has blue blood? A reptile. It's quite interesting, isn't it? If we link that together as well. I know there have been reports as well of some sightings of people who've shifted into like an animal form, strange sightings, that kind of thing. Again, let us know in the comments what you know yourself. Something else I've experienced though, again from personal experience, it's all happened within the recent few years, for me. It's quite interesting. When I moved, I'm in a different place now. In terms of shape-shifting, now I've met two, and I didn't know at the time, till afterwards. What I noticed is they're very good at almost shifting into your kind of energy. So like, you might meet one and think, wow, they sound like me. They're saying things in the way that I say them. Certain things that stick in your mind. But what they're doing is they're sort of shifting, picking up on your energy, because they have gifts, by the way, powers. And it's like they're almost like merging into you. Now, be mindful of that, because what I've read since then is that what they're actually trying to do is suck your soul out. So was that what they were trying to do with me? They didn't succeed, thankfully. But I realised afterwards what one of them was in particular. And it was quite an evil energy as well, I've got to say that. That person tried to do something, a few things to me, but it flew back at them. So obviously I was divinely protected. I knew what they had done. They'd used dark magic, basically. I knew it was them. But then Spirit showed me that it flew back at them. Something happened to them. So they didn't quite know who they were messing with. Not that I do anything, but if you're protected and a chosen one, then they won't be able to do that. But obviously it's good to sort of be aware of these energies, because they are out there. Now, I think another thing is also their skin. There have been reports, I've not seen this personally, but their skin may shift and look sort of lizard-like momentarily. So I think what happens is maybe they sometimes start to shift back and you see them, almost like it's a hologram. This is like the vision I'm getting. You almost see their true form. Now, this is something else that I've experienced with some of them, is like this momentary shift. It's quite hard to describe. It's almost like a split second, but a momentary shift of their energy, and the vision you see before you suddenly see what's behind the mask, and then the mask comes back. So there was another shapeshifter I met. Again, same thing, seemed to sort of really pick up on my energy very well and very quickly. But when the energy got very tired, it was like the end of the day, you know, they'd done a lot of work and whatever. It looked like a different person in front of me. That's all I can say. It was really bizarre. It was almost like a split energy. So maybe something had happened to that person's energy, you know. It's quite hard to describe, to be honest, but it's sort of like they went from light to dark. And it was like this different energy. Have any of you ever found that? Sometimes you meet someone and you meet them again, you don't recognise them because they look completely different. Can be to do with energy, I think, but it could also be to do with, you know, interference in their energy. So maybe they have come across a shapeshifter. So that's really about all I know. Just thought I'd share that. Be mindful of that when you're watching celebrities on TV, when you're watching members of parliament, prime ministers, presidents. Take a look at their eyes, their whole appearance. Do you notice any shifts? Does something seem odd about their energy? You know, sometimes we say, wow, they're from another planet, you know, well, maybe they are. You know, that expression that we use, where someone just seems different. There's something odd about the way they talk. It's like robotic, for example. That's another thing I've noticed. I've seen people like this as well. Don't know if any of you have. You know, when you notice sometimes people shift according to who they're with. So that's what I mean about how they can pick up on your energy, and you then, it's like to make you feel comfortable with them. You know, there's an agenda there in terms of what they want. So, I mean, what do they want? Well, I think a lot of them, they want power, glory, to take over our planet. I think that's what's been happening. In fact, so it links to a lot of my government readings. But, you know, a lot of them, I see people look up to them and I think, do you know what you're looking up to there? You know, sort of in terms of what they're putting out there, in terms of like the music industry, that's really coming through to me. The message they're getting out there. There's an agenda behind that. I've spoken about this in my readings as well. Now, in terms of governments, MPs, prime ministers, presidents, as I said, I do feel that some of them are shapeshifters, basically. And obviously that's for power and control. But also you've got to think about the advanced technology that we have in the world. I mentioned this in my last UK reading, that I feel they have advanced technology. Where does that come from? Well, it comes from those entities. It's like there's been a payoff, where they, you know, like a trade, so to speak. So in exchange for a position in the government, for example, they give them this technology that's being used, and it's slowly unveiled to the public, but they've had it for years. Now, where does that technology come from? As I said, from another planet. So there's that as well. I'm getting like secret organisations, secret societies. Definitely, that obviously comes out in a lot of my readings. They're all part of all of these different things. Ultimately, to try and gain power and control. So how to spot them? Mainly through the eyes. You'll see subtle shifts in their energy, like their form, their eyes in particular, maybe their skin. They may, as I said, try and merge with your energy and almost sound like you. Sort of like to try and make you feel at ease, I'm thinking as well, you know, maybe like open up to them. They might shift into a different form. You might see them even, you know, do that. And they also have advanced technology and skills, like dark arts, definitely. So that's the main things that have come through to me. What do you know? Anything that you've experienced or heard, for example, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences, but just wanted to share that with you all in terms of what I know. Now I've got my cards here because I've just done a reading. Let's just see if there's anything with the cards that we may know. Any sign at all? We might not get a sign. If not, we'll just end with a message for you all from the cards. Because as I said, it's not really been a reading. Wow, that's so interesting, everyone. Look at the eyes. There we go, Spirit's confirming. And notice the dark energy around the eyes there. Someone who's shifting, lurking in the shadows. Be mindful of that. Yeah, the eyes there looking quite normal. I mean, their eyes can also go like, yeah, I'm just remembering now. Like a reptile's, you know, very thin. I've seen that before in people's eyes as well. So yeah, maybe they're different. Maybe when they go dark, maybe they're, you know, like an alien. And maybe when they go like the slits, there are reptiles, and maybe there are different types. Who knows? But I know for sure eyes can give it away. So watch out for that. I would say when you see videos online, on TV, YouTube, whatever, and be mindful of eyes lurking in the shadows. When you go out, you know, eyes that are on you. Also, what I'm getting is like, because they can shapeshift, you might not always see them. As well, this is something I've felt. Have you ever felt that eyes are on you? Someone might be watching you. You look around, no one's there. I'm just remembering that I have experienced this once, where I actually saw a guy. He was watching me. So I was walking along, so I went in another direction, and then I felt someone was behind me, following. I turned round, I could also hear a noise, turned round and no one was there. So was that someone who was invisible? As well, as I said about this technology, it wouldn't surprise me. So I'll leave that there, everyone. That's so interesting the way that came through, with the eyes there. Watch out for people's eyes. Pay attention now when you look at people's eyes in various places. I really hope you've got something from this video. Thanks so much for being here. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As I said, I'd love to hear from you, what you feel, your experiences, any clips that you know of as well. I may try and put one below if I can find it as well. Thanks so much for being here, everyone, and I'll see you soon.